This is the latest Vivo X Fold Plus smartphone, and this is the latest addition in the folding phones category from the Vivo, not from the Samsung, because Samsung is the one of the still top player in the folding games. Okay, so in the summary, this is the one of the best folding phone you can buy right now. There's so many good features in this, but just like always guys, there is no perfect gadget. Here also there are so many major cons. If you are into that, stay tuned and keep watching. First, about the design and the looks and comfort. This phone surely looks premium for those who are looking for a non-glass phones. This is a vegan leather. It looks good. It feels good. You're not going to get any kind of fingerprint smudges. It's gonna save your phone from the drops also. I mean, it's not going to crack it. I like this design. You get different colors: red, blue, gray. I mean, there's so many colors. So it's your personal preference whether you like it or not. Don't like it. On the second note, guys, this is seriously very heavy phone. I mean, if you're keeping in your pocket and you're taking it out, feels like you're literally carrying two phones. See, if I carry my phone like that, and everyone is going to see like there's two phones because they are perfectly placed. But if you carry like that, then they will come to know, oh, there is a folding phone. So this is seriously heavy, 311 grams, the heavyweight champion of this year. If you look on the right side, I mean on the buttons section, you can see there is an alert slider. Wow, welcome back. OnePlus finally ditched it from their all phones except premium, and it is now came to the premium phones. You get the dual speakers, top and the bottom. There is no headphone jack. This is such a thick phone, but there's no headphone jack. And there's a dual 5G SIM card, USB Type-C, fast charging. So that's it. Feels really thick and solid phone. Speaking about the display, here you can find something exciting. Let me show you. This is the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and side by side with the X Fold Plus. So at a glance, you know, it feels like a normal phone. Why I'm saying feels like a normal phone? If you see side by side with the Samsung Fold series, like they are a bit taller, you know, less wider, more hand friendly, but uncomfortable to use if you're going to straight using the display, because tapping on those small displays is very tough. But here it's a very regular display. And two important features: you're getting an in-display fingerprint sensor rather than side mounted on the other competitor. Plus the display on the right side actually is a curve. It's a little curve, but if you're using gestures, and so this is much convenient to type on. Let's unfold it. Once you got into that, you can see a big display. It's a 8.03 inches, nearly, you know, a square display. Now this is again 120 Hz Super AMOLED display, Samsung E5 panel. It supports the LTPO, you know, up to 120 Hz variable refresh rate. The outer display doesn't have variable, it's just 60 or 120 fixed. So inner displays again good, again made from the thin plastic glass. You get the short sensation glass. I will write the exact name, not the Corning or any other glass. Get some different kind of glass protection. Not going to do the durability of this phone because it's impossible to repair here. Maybe once it is launched in India, I will test these phones too. Okay, so see, when you use this phone casually, it's just super comfortable, because every text, every application you use, they are super big, super wide, and the texts are so much, you know, bigger and nice. And like most of the applications you're opening, this is a very big display. Like you open any application, anything, it feels you very nice, like a complete tablet experience. But things start getting changing when you start watching some videos, because most of the videos still nowadays are on the 16:9 aspect ratio, or maybe on the wider. So inside display you get a very weird aspect ratio, so it may feel you a little uncomfortable, because, you know, it's not going to adjust there. So if you're thinking like you can watch YouTube videos just like that, you know, on the keeping your phone half unfolded and just watch videos, so no, you're not going to get that experience in this phone, because the aspect ratio is really very difficult. And yes, during gaming also you can see same kind of issue, like, you know, the games are totally stretched out, so better you can game on the outer display. So it's kind of a different from this, but I just shown you because it's display. Either way, if you're not into the gaming or watching on the videos, if you like on the reading stuffs, just browsing casually, opening applications and doing things. It is a super convenient, comfortable display. And let's talk about, guys, the performance. You get the latest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. This is a plus phone, so you get the plus version also. I don't need to show you guys anything about the performance. It is super fast, super very the fastest processor right now. You get the combination of 12 GB of RAM followed by 4 GB of the virtual RAM, so it is pretty fast. I don't find any issues. The things I noticed during the gaming already I have shown you. Other than that, it's very cool. Now let's talk about, guys, the software. You get the Origin OS. It's for the some specific market and for the big size phones. There are so many applications installed, so literally you cannot say anything because it's not going to come on your market. So I can't comment you much, but this is how it feels like if you haven't used any folding phone. So first is your main panel, then you click on it, opens the secondary sub menu. It's not like the Samsung optimized their One UI for the tablets, I mean for the folding phones, but this is kind of a mixed of your regular smartphone, non-folding phone OS. Now moving on to the main stuff, the camera. You get a very versatile, decent setup. On the numbers, you get the 50 plus 8 plus 12 plus 48. The 48 is the ultra wide, really nice ultra wide. Okay, on the side note, you get the Zeiss T-Star coating. Also with the Zeiss branding, you get the natural looking color. Of course, not the 100%, but they are very close to natural looking color. They are not very AI boosted. I'm showing you so many samples, you can adjust that. And focusing on the photo quality, you can see mostly I try to prefer using the Zeiss T-Star. They look very beautiful. Colors are good, sharpness are good, timing range is very good. So I really like this camera sensor for the photos quality. It is not the Sony MX766, rather than it is Samsung, I believe, HM5 something, 50 megapixel sensor, but still results are good. We are all happy. On the other sensors, you get the 48 megapixel ultra wide, which takes really nice ultra wide photo. The field of view is really very wide. And the other two sensors, the 12 megapixel telephoto lens, using that you can do 2 times optical zoom. Stay tuned. And there's another 8 megapixel periscopic telephoto lens, periscope telephoto more exactly, which can take up to 5x optical zoom. So again, if you're into the zooming stuff, this is not the highest class zoom available. The non-fold Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra can take 10x optical zoom. So you see, folding phones are best at their department. Non-folding phones are again best at their own department. You don't have any weight sensor like 2 and 5 on the non-fold phones. For example, if you want to take a good, you can take a very nice macro photos with the ultra wide lens also, and they are very of the superb quality. Another example, if I show you about the Zeiss T-Star coating, this photo you can see, this is a complete low light mode taken without the night mode turned on. Now with the light turns on, the lens flare is very minimal here. You cannot 100% reduce because obviously this is not DSLR. You can find some issues there also. But I'm just showing you a sample side by side with the iPhone and the Samsung. You can understand what I'm talking about. So with the Zeiss T-Star, you can really take some cool low light photos. Speaking about the video capability, yes, you do get the maximum stuff up to 8K 30 FPS. Right now, I believe it was 8K 24, but here you got the 8K 30 FPS. So really high, bright pixels. If you really want to do future proofing, consider filming the 8K. You will thank me 10 years later. And you do get also the 4K 16, all the other lower modes with the support of OIS. Videos are really good and they are crispy, stabilized. I mean, yeah, there are few cons, of course, not the super bright like you can see on the other phones. But yeah, guys, focus is really very quick. So stay tuned for the camera comparison on the other channel. You will come to know the result. On the selfie, there are some issues. For example, even though you got the 3 different ways to take selfie, there are a lot of modes to take selfie. You can stand your phone, take selfies. The first, there's an outer camera. Using that you can take selfie, and here's the selfie. Just hold on, guys, I'm just showing you. Okay, this is the first mode. Now once you open the display, but here's the thing. See, if you are lefty, the button is on that end, so you need to use your right hand. Now once you use your right hand, you can see the actual button is on this corner. So even though if I hold like that, I need to press, so it's really difficult. You may end up dropping your phone and gonna spend 80,000-90,000 rupees in repair. There is another option given. You see here, there is a button, not button actually, there is an icon. Just click here. It will turn on the rear camera, rear HD selfie. So now here's the HD, you see the camera is turned on. But to take the selfie, you again have to use the second hand, so which will eventually not comfortable position to take some crazy selfie like that. So one solution is that you can turn on the timer. So yeah, pretty much you can take it, but again it is very unuseful. But you can turn on the timer, you can put your phone like that, and you can take some nice selfies if you want. So there are some cool ways to take selfie, but this own cons. It is super heavy, super big phone, so sometimes really uncomfortable. The speakers here are really very loud. You're getting a dual symmetrical speakers on both sides. You can see the loudness can vary. The maximum I have seen is 128, 129 something. Welcome back guys, time for another exciting fake unboxing. And on the battery capacity, you get the 4730. This is a plus variant, slightly higher than the Vivo X Fold, and you get the 80-watt charger in the box, not the 150 to 110. Not sure reason behind that, but you get something like that. But you have the 50-watt wireless charging and 10-watt reverse wireless charging. For me, battery backup is like mixed between 2 days, not more than that. So yeah, it's a pretty mixed up. So on the conclusion, like I told you earlier, was the final verdict. So this is a very good folding phone. I think it should be coming to India also, but really not sure why it is just limited to China. But anyhow, if you are considering it, importing it or buying it anyhow, I've told you pros and cons. Very nice phone. Let's wait for the next edition. Maybe Vivo can make it slightly less bulky, then it will be very much easier to use. Thank you so much guys. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Saurabh and have a great day.